Hi, Gemini. This is Just with your end of May general read. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Gemini, someone's probably not having enough sex. What a way to start a reading, right? Someone may not be getting as much as they would like. Somebody could be holding out, but we'll get into that in a minute. Work looks pretty good for some of you. You may have gotten a call, you've gotten an offer, could have came rushing straight in. Some of you could be still waiting for that job that you've hoped to get an offer from. And I keep getting this feeling of it was all good about a week ago. Some of you may be feeling that way when we get to the following week because, yeah, there could be a possible leaving a job. Someone either could also be you guys. Hopefully, it's no one. But there may be a loss in a job, a loss in a income. Some of you, it could be by choice. You're deciding to move on from one way in which you made money and to another. And it is because you are you found a niche or you found something that would be probably more profitable, something that you have more control over. It can have something to do with communications, but this could be in any area of life and something that you have a natural knack for. Some of you maybe deciding to do tarot and you feel like, wow, I came on the scene and I blew up. And that's that North Node kind of helping you out there. Others of you could be leaving if you do some form of tarot, especially if you've done it publicly. You may be leaving that sector, moving on to something else. So I do see like a transition of sorts. You could have already been taking some advice. You could have taken some advice from a counselor of some sort, astrology, tarot, something like that. And you've tapped into something. You've been keeping this a secret. And now it's like everything is starting to kind of play out. And now you can kind of move on into something new. So I would be very conservative financially. For those of you who work from home, it's gotten quite busy. You may be bogged down with work to some extent, and it may, which is yielding you more income, so that's great. But I do feel like you may become a bit overwhelmed, or there's just a lot going on, and there's a lot of possibilities, and you just may have a lot on your plate. Some of you are trying to move. Some of you have already gotten the approval. Yes, we are moving. We're getting the hell out of Dodge. We're moving someplace that's a lot more peaceful, that's calm, or that we feel like it's a healthy and a more safer place for us. But you may have had to leave a significant, I feel, who could be a female behind, a mother, a sibling, or someone very significant in your life to show up in your reading. That person may have put their foot down. They're not going. Well, hell, you're going to leave them behind. I feel like some of you, whatever has been stressing you out and caging you up mentally and making you feel like you can't move forward in something, you're dropping it. You're dropping it, you're letting it go. Whoever owes you money, and you may see them spending money as if it's running out of style, you may be rushing back and confronting them about the money that they owe you. I see that as well. I do feel, again, if you're trying to sell your home, for some of you, you may have gotten an offer. It could be lowball offers, or you had a specific idea of like, I want to get this amount, and now reality is hit, and it's like, oh yeah, well you need to improve this, and that, in order to get what you want. You're like, what? You know how much money I have to spend just to get, speak to someone else, get a second opinion. It's certainly not during Venus retrograde time do you want to do anything ill-advised or without getting several different quotes or advice from other people, because then you'll find out that you don't need to do as many things as people are telling you, or even what you may have thought you had to do. So I do see, as we get into the end of this week, going into next week, you find yourself in a more calmer state. As I said, for those of you who are the face of something, if you have a brand of something like that, you are really making headway and traction. You're putting your name is starting to ring bells. Some of you are going to realize that Geminis themselves, like whoever you watch that happens to be a Gemini, you may say to yourself, I never watched them before, but now all of a sudden I'm liking their contact, or I feel drawn to them. That's that North Node energy. So yeah, you guys are pretty much a star for this week. Enjoy it. Use it to your best of your ability. And with the star and the magician together, I definitely feel like you're going to be doing that, because you guys definitely know how to make something work. And I do feel with this compound energy of taking what you're hoping and wishing and what it is, a natural ability for you to kind of make something work, and then move that with magical energy. It's kind of, for me, a double magical energy. But magician to me is more of the magic in which you create, and the star is what is kind of blessed upon you, and it's kind of given to you outright to some extent, but it's a lot deeper than that, but I'll leave it at that. So coming together with those very potent energies, and I do feel like having a sense of strong intuitive side of, you will find that some of you are going to be moving through the rest of this week, going into next week, like a gazillion. Is it a gazelle? Like a gazelle, right? Just swoop. I feel like just swaving and swooping through and knowing just what to say and when to say it and when to get in and when to get out and move right along. And right now, again, right now, watching your Geminis around you, you will be surprised at how on point they're going to be right now. 100%. So really great days coming up. I feel extremely powerful days coming up for you, Geminis. And you're going to formulate and find ways to literally get you out of whatever problematic situations you've been in. Some of you, if you know someone that is locked up and they're trying to, what's that word? When they're trying to, I forget, but it's like when you're trying to make a record, when you're asking to be released or whatever, you will be shocked that someone can even come home with this energy. It's very magical. It's very magical. It's very potent, very strong energy. So yeah, use it to your best of your ability, Gemini. Should, if I had it, I'd be definitely trying to make something pop brand new. That's for damn sure. But I'm not a Gemini. So yeah, let's now look into the love situation going on here. For those of you, it's like you're really trying to look at, I just want to deal with something right quick. Also, it may be very difficult for you, Gemini women, to hold on to your money. Also focus on money. Also focus on either sustaining, maintaining, or growing. You may have a certain amount of money and it's like you're just spending, particularly on your house. Be careful with that. You may look back and feel like, you know what, you have some kind of regrets, or it's like shopper's remorse. So just try to hit the pause button just a little bit. Just try to, because with Venus retrograde, your sign, a lot of things are coming back to you that you probably didn't indulge in. Now you want to, and then once it goes to direct, you're like, I didn't want this. I don't want this. I don't even like this. So be a little bit careful with that if you can. You also may have someone who, for some of you, could be a miser or could be a beggar. Someone's always wanting and needing and don't rely on themselves, but always relying on other people. And I do feel like if you're a Gemini man, you may be like, okay, always willing to give, willing to help. And that it's nothing wrong with it, because it's almost like putting your karmic blessings, putting, coins and additives to your karmic blessings. So it all comes back to you eventually. It may be a little bit more difficult though to be, to create boundaries, because I guess with you being Gemini and then with all of that squaring with Pisces right now, it's going to be very difficult for you guys to be, one, discerning, two, to be someone that does formulate those boundaries and see when someone could be probably using you. So be very careful with that energy, because it seems like that's something that has been kind of prevalent, particularly with Gemini men to Gemini, from Gemini men to women. I don't care what sign she is, but some women could definitely be using you, finagling you in some kind of way, and you're just weak. You want to be strong. You may have said this is the last time. It could go vice versa, guys. So it could be Gemini women as well, but I get more prominent that the men are the ones more willing to give. And the feminine energy is having a hard time being a little bit more disciplined or self-reliant. But again, it doesn't mean it's any of you Geminis, women. So let's get into love. Gemini singles, yeah, somebody's stressed out. I don't think it's you. I think you guys have gone through your worst part. You've gone through hell. You've had to let a situation go. Some of you Gemini women could still be a little bit there, just a little bit, but you're going to be coming out of that. But be mindful if you still have someone in your energy, or there's somebody from your past. Yeah, I do feel like somebody familiar to you. It could be a brand new person trying to come into your life, but I feel like it's like they haven't heard from you. So you're a bit of a enigma. Like, what the hell is going on with Gemini? I haven't heard, it's so quiet. I checked the Facebook. I know I'm so like, who does Facebook, right? The Instagram or whatever everybody else is, whatever people are doing. I checked this, I checked that. Can't find out what's going on with Gemini. So it's like someone really wants to know what's going on with you. And I do feel like they're coming bearing gifts, a lot of love, a lot of attention, a lot of emotional. I can't think of my words, guys. This damn Pisces crap. But someone's really wanting to express a lot of emotion towards you. Let's just say that. And I feel that time will tell. Time will tell with this. I feel like a lot of you guys are getting healing. I feel like a lot of you are moving past old stuff and you just can really just want to keep moving forward, especially as we get into the weekend and we get into June. Like you guys are really like, you know what? I don't have time for, keep looking back. I want to just keep moving forward. And I think that's the best thing that you could do. But there could be somebody still leeched on and latched on to your energy. So be careful of that. Forward thinking and positive affirmations of future, and forward is always going to be a good thing for you. Now, if you're meeting new people, be careful because someone new that you could be possibly meeting, they're stressed out. They're still holding on to a past, even though you've gotten over it and you feel like, yeah, I can move forward. And you may have lost touch with this person. Or, they're a very inconsistent person if you've just been getting to know them. And you may be coming across a little bit aggressive, like you're the first person to make contact. And you're not really taking into account what this person's mental state could be. Somebody's stressed out. Somebody's not mentally well, whether it's a person familiar to you, it's a brand new person, someone is not necessarily mentally well at this time. And with all of this great positive energy that you have going on, I feel that it's almost like heaven and hell. Especially if you have been positively moving forward, really shedding your energy of negative people, negative situations, and you've really been thinking about, all the greatness that could come to you. Be careful of people who are still stuck, and probably looking for you to help them, save them. They'll be Captain Saves, they'll be Captain Save of anyone. Keep moving forward. And it doesn't mean that you are neglecting people or negating them, but just try to maintain boundaries, right? Just try to maintain boundaries. Couple Geminis. Well, somebody's up to no good. Somebody's up to no good. And it could be because sex is slowing down. The intimacy is slowed down and somebody's bored. They want something else. I feel like somebody is secretly trying to contact someone. This could be, somebody could be coming back trying to contact you, Gemini. You're in a whole relationship for some of you. I do feel for some of you, it's a challenge if you are at a distance with your person. They can't wait anymore. They're tired of not having sex. They need to get back to you. They need to get close to you. They need it. They want it. And that's damn sure you, Gemini. If your person is far from you, you need it, you want it, you got to have it. And you're like, what is it? Look. We need to close this gap. And so there's going to be a major decision on what do you do moving forward? How will the two of you make this work? Because I feel like the distance is really challenging your relationship. Or someone works too much, or someone is temporarily outside of the home. And it's just like, we need to really figure out what we're going to do going forward. For some of you, I do feel that you've not been happy. Someone's not been happy in a relationship. And I do feel unhappiness and feeling chained and bound to something has been weighing on some of you guys. I've been seeing a lot in the signs that you have some signs who aren't happy, but they're not ready to jump ship. You have those people who don't like being single. They don't see the benefit in it. And they like to kind of jump from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship. And so some of you could be going through that. You could be dealing with someone like that. But I do see like it not being the healthiest to some extent for some of you. Someone could have dropped you. It could be money, or it could just be that somebody was juggling two people and someone dropped the other person. And the male energy here feels as though he's okay. Like, I'm okay. I'm going to try to work this out with you. We're going to try to get this back on track. Even if this male is not happy with this relationship or hasn't been happy, they're still going to try to work this out and work through whatever the problems are, because they're not ready to go their separate way. from this relationship. I feel like the female energy here is weighing. They're weighing. They're not too sure about this anymore. Either they've cut out completely and they're trying to heal themselves, or they're really not sure. They're hanging on by a goddamn thread. They're hanging on by a thread. They want to believe that it's going to be real this time. They want to believe that, you know, all of the love text messages and all of the love that you're putting on and the attention that you're showing them is going to translate to real practical work toward, you know, creating a solid foundation. But only time is going to tell that. And I feel that as we go forward, that's exactly what's going to happen. Time is going to prove exactly what's going to happen here, especially if there's been juggling. The juggling is coming to an end. I think that there is still this footsing around right now, but toward as we get out of Gemini going into Taurus season, there's going to be there's going to be a lot less of that. It may just completely go silent. So, you know, any of you that's in third party situations, I would try to be very conscious about what position and role I play in someone's life. Okay. I think you need to be very conscious of what roles you're playing in somebody's life, because I do feel like if you're in a third party situation, it can pull up to there being a clear understanding of where you stand in this person's life, because it's decision making time. It's decision making time. Where do we go from here? How do we close the gap? Somebody is trying to make an effort. I don't feel like the person will make an effort forever, but they're trying to make an effort here to see how can we close the gap and how can we make it so that we're both happy, because someone here is not happy. So you're heartbroken. You're heartbroken. You're trying to close a cycle here with this person. Or like I said, it could definitely speak to third party energy here. A lot of third party energy here, where someone may have said that they're not going to do it anymore. If someone hasn't, like if this is past energy, because we are dealing with Venus in retrograde, so past things creeping back up again, you may want to go and cut loose, but it's like, do it if you want to. Okay. Do it if you want to. That's how somebody's looking at you like, go ahead, do it. Do it if you want to, because I already know what I'm going to do. If you step out, I know what I'm going to do. Because whoever this is, they're hanging on by a thread. So even though someone here, I get it's the male energy, who is really chomping at the bits to go out and just be free and re-engage again. Like, yeah, it's kind of dicey. But others of you, I do feel that there's a chance to, or there's a wanting to renew what the two of you have, especially if there's been like some time apart. You guys aren't on speaking terms right now, and somebody's trying to like, please, 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 please believe me, I'm changed. Please, you know, I haven't done anything, or I won't do anything, that sort of thing. That's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy, and that's going to come on really strong for the remainder of this month. So in the extended, we're going to look deeper into this relationship. We're going to look at this person. How do they feel about you? What do they want with you? What are they challenged by? How do they see you? What regrets do they have? What secrets are they keeping? What do they want to tell you deep down inside? What will their actions be towards you? How do they feel about the relationship? And how's this all going to play out? You know, what will be the result of your relationship? We're also going to look at Aries to Pisces. How do they feel about you? So if you're interested in that, click the link in the description box below. If you want to share, leave me a message in the comment section below. If you want something personal from me, click the link to the website. You can set something up for yourself. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I'll be back very soon with another one. Take care, Gemini.